Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in Glasgow for the press conference with Josh Taylor versus Martin. With me I've got none other than Team Sauerland, Nisse Sauerland. How are you, buddy?
Doing very well, very happy to be here.
Well, we spoke a bit off camera there, you're a bit jet lagged, you're in Russia yesterday, you're flying out to the States, Scotland today, flying out to the States again.
Yeah.
You enjoying it still?
You're going through the time zones. Yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying it, although my wife's sort of filing for divorce at the moment. I'm away a bit too much maybe, but it's all worth it. Put it on good shows, and looking forward to this one on November 3rd in Glasgow. It's going to be a cracker.
Well, let's talk about the show. Josh Taylor's obviously fought the Hydra a good few times now. His last fight was against Victor Postol in front of a massive crowd. What are you expecting from the Scottish crowd here at the Hydro?
I think as like any British, Scottish crowd, everyone gets behind their fighter, you know. I think it's the best audience, best fight audience in the world, you know, and the whole DJ, the whole Sweet Caroline, the whole atmosphere, it gives you goosebumps. You know, so I think boxing right now in the UK and Scotland as well, it's booming. You know, it's booming big time.
But do you think with the World Boxing Super Series that you've created a sort of platform where it's the best versus the best and no one can hide, there's no dodging or anything like that, it's just you're in the tournament and there's no running about, you're fighting the best? Is that the sort of...
Well, that was of course that was our idea, and I believe we're executing it very well. There's always a couple of names that maybe could have come in, but you know, the usual boxing politics, they maybe have not been included, but or not accepted the roles. But I think as we grow, as we keep going, there's going to be less and less of a chance for fighters to duck the opportunity to enter the boxing Super Series, because at the end of the day, people will see that trophy, see the Ali Trophy, the prestige of it. It's going to keep growing, and you know, it's going to be the most wanted prize in boxing.
Well, you touched on it at the beginning of the press conference. Said that Usyk wasn't a household name until he entered this tournament, until he won it. And now, I suppose everybody knows who Usyk is. I mean,
listen, I said that, but in my household, he was definitely a household name.
Mine as well.
But what I'm saying is, like Joe Blogg's average guy in the street, sports fan, wouldn't have known who Usyk was really. You know, and I believe that the tournaments brought him into superstar status. You know, look, he's fighting Tony Bellew. I guess the arena's going to be sold out. Where's the O2?
O2. No, it's Manchester.
Okay, so MEN Arena is going to be sold out. Of course, Scouser, yeah, it's closer. But I think any arena in the UK with that fight would sell out. And of course, Tony Bellew is a huge star. But I think right now the boxing market in the UK is so big that the fans are getting to pick fights a little bit more. So I think if Tony Bellew was fighting Joe Bloggs, that maybe he wouldn't be selling out the MEN. But because he's fighting Usyk, complements the fight, and that's going to sell out and do well on pay-per-view as well.
Well, pressure. Who wins for you?
What's that?
Who wins for you then?
Do you know what? I love Tony and I love David Caldwell. You know, Dave's done an amazing job with all his fighters, and he's loyal, and you know, he pushes his fighters to the end. And do you know what? Every time I bet against Tony,
I think
he wins. I mean, like, I remember I had Masternak fighting him, and I was like, oh, Masternak's going to win this, and he won. You know, and I think even against the was it Magabu? I thought, oh, this is going to be a tough fight, and he came through. So, what was like my head saying? Usyk, wow, the boxing quality, whatever else, but no one can doubt Tony. You know, I don't think you can.
So let's talk about the bantamweights. I know Inoue had an impressive knockout out in Japan a couple of weeks back. Then you've got Teti winning in Russia there. You've got Ryan Burnett on this one in Scotland. It's a very, very deep tournament, the bantamweights, isn't it?
The bantamweight's similar to the cruiserweights. I think the bantamweights don't get as much love as a lot of other divisions, and I think, you know, like, if you were going to tip someone to be the next Usyk-esque sort of character of the tournament, I think right now you'd be going for Inoue. He could be the next household name, because fucking hell, to knock that guy at Swore.
No, it's alright. This is alright.
Yeah, of course. Okay, bleep. You can't mess with that guy. He's like, can seriously whack. I mean, to knock Payano out in the way he did with one punch, one right hand, unbelievable. So I think if you're looking for the next household name to maybe come out of the tournament, I'd be saying the likes of Inoue, I'd be saying the likes of Taylor. At this early stage, I'd be saying those names. But the great thing about the tournament is it's the best against the best, so you never know.
Well, I think yourself and Carl said this in previous interviews that the World Boxing Super Series is like a Champions League. You never have the World Champions League in the country of the finalists sometimes. So you're obviously global, and you touched again in the press conference. So last final was in Jeddah. Where's the next exotic place you're going?
Well, I'm off to Orlando next week, and then New Orleans the following week, and then of course Glasgow.
Yeah. There's no place more exotic than Glasgow.
No, you know, I do love coming up here. So I actually even just on a weekend away. And then of course afterwards is Chicago, and then obviously we've got all our semi-final dates booked and locations booked, but it depends obviously on who wins and you know what we can plan.
So I want to touch on Josh Taylor against Ryan Martin. What's your thoughts on that fight?
You know, I don't know enough about Ryan Martin, but what I've seen is he's impressive. He's impressive. He's very confident. Seems to be very professional. Nice guy. Very presentable. Great nickname, Blue Chip. I thought that was a great nickname. Very classy. But I know Josh Taylor. I've watched him and Yigit spar. I've watched him fight. And he's impressed massively. So it's hard to go against Josh at home in Glasgow with all his fans, but at the same time, Martin's definitely going to come here to win.
Well, you touched on it. Yigit. I know Josh and Anthony Yigit had an amateur fight, and it was a close fight. I think it was Junior Olympics and that.
Yeah.
Is that a semi-final you're hoping for?
Well, I've known Anthony since he was turned pro, so I've worked with him since he was a young boy. Kind of, it'll be a good fight. It'll be a good fight. I know that Josh is confident, so I think it's a decent fight. Yigit's a very busy fighter, very fit, goes 12 rounds. He could go that in his sleep. I think people thinking Baranchik is the favourite in this fight. I see Yigit as the favourite, marginally. But again, it's the Super Series, it's all 50-50 fights, that's what we want, that's what the fans want, and that's what we're going for.
Look, I've got to ask this question, I've just popped in my head there. We touched on Usyk. Let's talk about him moving up to heavyweight.
Yeah.
How well do you think he would do up at that division? I mean, it's the big boys, isn't it?
I think... listen, if you don't get caught, he could outbox any of the heavyweights right now. Yeah. But the question is, if a Joshua or a Wilder or Fury lands on a guy like Usyk, you don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how strong his chin is, because 120 kgs of might, that heavyweight power coming onto your chin. I don't
want to take that shot.
But look, at the same time, if he runs around like he did against Gassev, not runs around, but boxes beautifully like that, then yeah, he could win. But you could just take that one shot and it's over.
Oh, perfect. Well, I know you're a busy man. You're going to catch his flights. Well, thanks for this 5L TV, and no doubt catch you on November 3rd. Thanks, Nisse.